The battle continues May 1st at the second stop on the PSP Tour, so mark your calendars and sign up your team to take the field at the 2015 PSP Nashville Open. Watch all the action going down and broadcast live May 1st through the 3rd on pspevents.com.
So here we go, second game of the day, 2015 PSP Dallas Open. I'm Matty Marshall with Todd Martinez, and you are looking at Houston Heat on your screen right now. Great coach Jason Trozen talking to his boys here before the start of this first point. So Houston Heat starts Ryan Moorhead, looks like Ryan Smith, and also Mishka, Malloy. And is that Sam Monville? Believe so.
Sam Monville.
Getting the start for Houston Heat. So Seattle Thunder will be on the right-hand side of your screen. Can Houston Heat, with their newly rebuilt lineup, step up and become a top team again? We're going to find out here this season. So on the breakout, looks like clean break for Houston Heat as well as Seattle Thunder. No bodies dropping for either team right now. Oh, first body coming off, and it's coming off from Houston Heat. So, and looks like that was Malloy. So Alexander Birtnikov walking off early here. Did his first point for his new team.
Yeah, Ryan Moorhead, he gets shot off that Dorito side. They still got Ryan Smith over there. There you see the spread for Seattle Thunder's Mapchim makes a move. I'm sorry. Brandon Morales makes a move into the snake for Seattle Thunder. A lot less gunfire going on out here because of the true semi. You know, we see people out here trying to roll their guns. Normally, just cannons just blazing everywhere.
Yeah, but lots of moves being made here so far in these two games. And now both teams in the snake. Morales in the snake right now. And you can see him in the top right-hand portion of your screen. Also, Sam Monville in the snake for Houston Heat. On the left-hand portion of the screen, Sam Monville trying to get that dominance down that sideline. And then now he's oh, did he get a shot cross field? And it looks like here you can see the streams of paint coming from Sam Monville. And then he checks off and starts shooting down that sideline again. You're looking at the back line right there. And the line cross field for Seattle Thunder.
There's Brandon Morales in the snake. Trying to keep an eye on Monville. He's got Scott Knight behind him. 5-on-3 situation. Right now for Thunder. Looks like Knight's going to fill out to the corner, try and help Sam Monville, or Brandon Morales down the wire on Sam Monville.
Todd, this is a really crucial moment in the game. I know it's the first point here, but they're up by 2 bodies right now against Houston Heat, and you have to give this one on the, if you're just looking at, past performance and rosters, you have to give the nod to Houston Heat in this one. But this is, like we talked about, Seattle Thunder has slowly but surely built up a very competitive team, and they want to come out here and prove that they can hang with the best.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of it is expectations, believing in what you're capable of, knowing that you've put in the work and believing that you can come out here and be successful. And, right now, they got the body advantage. You definitely don't want to throw those away. Anytime you're in these high body scenarios, you have to win these points. When you see teams losing matches, it's because, they get up and then throw these bodies away. And there goes, I believe, Mikey Liu is going to be the first body to drop for Seattle Thunder over there off the Dorito side. Mishka's in the back center, and Ryan Smith is in that first big Dorito over there.
Little Todd, inopportune death out of his bunker by Mikey Liu, the veteran, which is going to take it to 4 bodies for Seattle Thunder, 3 bodies for Houston Heat. Ryan Smith, Sam Monville, and Mishka Kesnev are the 3 players left alive for Heat. No points on the board yet, and 3 minutes of game time have elapsed. Morales still in good field position over here for Thunder, and does have a back player behind him here on the snake side of the field. Looking at Morales on your screen. But Sam Monville, Todd, we've seen, talk about clutch guys. We've seen some crazy clutch performances out of Sam Monville, but looks like Mishka is now walking off. So just 2 bodies left alive here for Houston Heat. Morales is going to get chewed up. Morales tries to run the highway, but gets caught by Ryan Smith. So that's a huge kill for Ryan Smith to try to even things up a little bit here, and opportunity squandered by Morales. A little too quick there on that jump.
Yeah, definitely no need for that. You've got body behind you. Make your way down the snake. Like Billy Bernacci was just saying, it's a ladder snake. That's a long run to go get Sam Monville. Got to run past 3 knuckles to get there. Just be patient. Talk to your guy behind you. Have him work the wire. Tell Scotty Knight to get on it, then look to make your move. Force Sam Monville to come out and play you.
So Sam Monville right now.
So Sam Monville actually in really good position now. If he can make a move down the snake, he can get some shots across the field. But Ryan Smith over there, He's trying to look both ways. Sam Monville up on his feet in snake 1. There you see him trying to look down the wire.
So really tense moments here for Houston Heat. They're still down 1 body. Map Chim, Scott Knight, and Corey Field out on the field for Seattle Thunder. And Monville looking back and forth and trying to find those bodies. A move made on the D side. There's Corey Field over the top of his bunker, trying to get a shot on Sam Monville. That's the back bunker on the snake side of the field. Not a very big spot. But after walking the field yesterday and seeing it played and talking to some teams, you are going to see, just like Corey Field's out there, we will see teams send bodies out there to try to support their guys, even though there's a ton of options in that center. So most of the action is going to be funneling up that D side, up the center, and then obviously you have to have guys in the snake. And then Corey Field coming into the snake now, locked into a gunfight here with Sam Monville. Is that Scott Knight?
Yeah, Scotty Knight. He's in snake 1. He's going to make Ryan Smith look his way. Open up that 50 Dorito on the outside as Sam Monville has now shifted back his focus down the wire on the snake side.
We saw some potential out of Scott Knight over the past couple seasons, Todd.
Yeah.
So
he's always been one of their better dudes. He's the guy that's been there since, I believe, 2010. So he's been one of the guys that stayed, that's been on the team. And we've seen a lot of good moves out of him, even when the team maybe wasn't doing so well.
Well, this is going to come down to who can get this next kill. Oh, look at this big move on the D side. Beautiful work. Is that Corey Field or Map Chim? I think that was Corey Field.
Yeah, Corey Field coming out of that 50 Dorito. He makes the move, bunkers out Ryan Smith in the back, who wasn't paying attention. And now he's charging over here towards Monville, and Monville can't get small enough in that snake. So first point going to Seattle Thunder, controlling it from start to finish. A long point, 6-minute point right there, as Seattle Thunder was able to get those early kills and then slowly working bodies out.
What a great job by Corey Field. 3 confirmed kills for the leader of that team. If it wasn't for Corey Field, there wouldn't be a Seattle Thunder, and really proven that, what a veteran, such a competitor out there. And it looks like referee has grabbed one of the guns to see if it is good to go. Again, with the new rules, they're going to be checking out checking the guns. Never know when they're going to be looking at you. So nice work, though, by Corey Field again. And you looking again on paper, you got to give this one to Houston Heat. Attacking, finishing, and clutch maxed out. We have seen so many amazing clutch performances. I know Sam Monville didn't get it done there in that point, but he's just looking at too many guns. But we've seen Sam Monville pull out low body situations before, along with pretty much that entire team. Defending is the only thing that maybe you have to take a little bit away from Heat. And then with Thunder, really solid team, slowly but surely getting better. Taking that first point here. Score is 1-0 with 13:57. Let's check in with Lauren.
Hey guys, I am here in Heat's pit with Sam Monville. Now in that first point, you were in snake 1, and it looked like you weren't really sure where the Thunder players were on the field, and there wasn't much communication happening. Is communication hard on this field layout?
A little bit. It's, we just got so far away from each other that I could hear them kind of talking with each other, and then, just kind of couldn't put it together at the end to get it across. So it's got to be a little bit better about that. But as the tournament goes on, and you get better about it.
All right. Well, Thunder did get that first point. We'll see if he can get a point to tie it up here. Back to you guys.
So with the score 1-0 and a decent amount of that regulation time off the board, we're going to see what sort of look here Houston Heat brings for this next point. They've switched sides. They're now on your right-hand side and on your screen currently. And on the breakout here, as we see, able to make it out 5 alive in a big move all the way up to the center 50. So the first time that we've seen this, we knew this was going to happen eventually. We see it in point number 2 here of this match. Houston Heat all the way up to the center off the break. Thunder losing 2 bodies real quick. Brandon Morales and Map Chim coming off early, and it's Chad Boucher up in the center. Another body peeling off for Thunder. It's not looking good, Todd, for them on this point. And here comes Houston Heat sharking down the field.
Well, Thunder just didn't get into the box in time. That was their problem. They had 2 guys that weren't on the start station when the horn blew, and they had to try and jump in there. Map ran across the front of 2 bodies and kind of threw off their lanes. And, I'm pretty sure that was Greg Sewers. Yeah, Greg over there on the Dorito side for Heat. He runs with his head up. He can read the field as he's going on the fly. If he sees a body walk off in front of him and another body looking a different direction, he's just going to keep running. I guarantee you, I don't think the plan was to go to the 50 Dorito on the break. I think he just saw those bodies and all the confusion and just made the read and kept going.
Well, that's a smart play. Smart player with a smart play right there.
He's a smart guy.
He is. I like Greg Sears a lot, and he's really stepped up over the years to become a high-level player. So let's check out this breakout replay here. This game brought to you by DLX Technologies. So we're going to see a bunch of different breakouts here because you can see there a little bit of a last minute, and they, how frustrating is that, Todd? Thunder has a great point, and it was a really long point, and they just weren't able to get their guys out in time, and which forces them to now have the game be tied. Then you see the breakout for Houston Heat, and like you said, good read by Greg Sewers and the rest of the guys from Houston Heat.
Sergey as well coming up on the inside to that Dorito, just saw nobody in front of him, kept going, gun up. There you see Map Chim got off to a bad start last point.
That's one of those things that, again, that's super frustrating to see because Thunder's going to have to start not making those little mistakes. Those little, and it's tough. I know you play a really long point, you got to come in, and they don't have a 10 deep roster, so. But what are you going to do? You got to just, it's tied up now. They have to go back and try to fight here 5 strong in this next one.
Yep, so 1-1. Looks like Houston Heat's going to send that same line out back up again. Biernikov, Fedorov, George, Solnishkov. Seattle Thunder coming with Brandon Morales, Mikey Liu, Map Chim, Corey Field, Scott Knight, their first lineup. There you see Mishka, Chad George.
Yeah, and the rain is still continuing to fall. It's not a real heavy downpour, but it's been pretty much solidly sprinkling all morning long, which is why you see everyone with visors and stuff.
Yeah, so this is what we expected to see out of Houston Heat, the 4 Russian players and Chad George as they go hard down the Dorito side. Looks like Sergey's going to get picked off on the way up. He's walking off. Seattle Thunder, I think they might have lost one body. They got good field position over here on the Snake side, also far up on the Dorito side, but Chad George is in the 50 Snake, and that is danger for any team as he pops up and he gets 1 kill right away, shoots Map Chim in the back out of that center temple.
So yeah, he's in good field position, and there's no one for Seattle Thunder on this side of the field. There is one body. Do they have the back corner bunker? Yeah, but no one in the Snake. You see the Snake corner is hot back there. Putting a little bit of pressure here on Chad George, but the way that particular bunker is, you can see that 50-yard line is a little offset from the next bunker up there, which is going to allow Chad George a little bit of breathing room. Also, those back corner bunkers, not very big. Tough gunfighting position from there.
Yeah, right now, Konstantin Fedorov just has gun dominance over the top of that outside temple on the Snake side. He's just blazing all across the field as all the Seattle Thunder guys have their heads down. Looking at Chad George. As soon as Chad George pops up, he's going to have a direct shot right in on Mikey Liu, who doesn't know where he's at. If you could see from the angle that we're seeing, there's going to be danger for Mikey Liu here in a minute if he doesn't make a move to get out of there.
Well, I don't think Chad George knows he's there. Chad George past the 50-yard line, and if he looks up, he's going to be able to blast Mikey Liu. You can see there Mikey Liu finally gets tapped out, though, from somebody else.
I think he's got shot by Malloy over there. In the Dorito, the 40 Dorito. Going to get real small in that Snake side corner for Scotty Knight.
No, Konstantin Fedorov right behind his boy Chad George here on the Snake side, and looking real solid here for Houston Heat. They have the field position, 4 bodies alive for them. Sergey, only person to come off for Houston Heat. It's Konstantin Fedorov, Chad George, and here comes Fedorov now, moving up, getting in better position towards the 50-yard line. And they are going to shoot the last players real quick here for Seattle Thunder. So Houston Heat will now take the lead. Their score will be 2-1. And Fedorov going to tap that flag station, get checked out by the referee. So solid, consistent work by Houston Heat. They didn't do anything crazy. Methodically was able to take the positions. And again, these guys are just still learning this field right now. And after that bad first point for Heat, they've just slowly but surely crawled here into this lead. 3 confirmed kills for Mishka, 1 for Biernikov, and 2 for Fedorov, 2 for Chad George. So mixing it up, everyone's getting in the mix.
Yeah, I mean, we saw that that second line that just came out for that third point. You know, with all 4 Russians, Chad George, you know, that's the lineup that everybody fully expected to see when you bring all those guys back. Those guys playing together for a long time. You know, they're really good at communicating amongst themselves, being smart, watching zones, making adjustments. But, I mean, Houston Heat right now, I mean, they got a gimme from Seattle Thunder. You know, let's see if Thunder, you know, they lost a point. Let's see if they can get back in it over here.
All right, so we're going to be right back here. Stick with us. Ten minutes and 37 seconds to go here in this match between Houston Heat and Seattle Thunder. Coming up next, going to be San Antonio X Factor playing their second game of the tournament against Top Gun. And X Factor's first game went phenomenal for them, 7-0 against Boom. Right now we have a tight one, 2-1 is the score. Seattle Thunder on your right-hand side, pushing up in that center.
Thomas Taylor all the way to the snake on the break, but he gets goggled on the way. So early advantage for Seattle Thunder as they got the bodies. Pretty aggressive out there on the Dorito side. Ryan Smith again in that Dorito he was in the first point he played. And he's got Ryan Moorhead alive behind him in the small wedge over there on the Dorito side. Looks like Sam Monville again in the first inside temple. There's Corey Field and Matt Chim for Seattle Thunder on your screen. Brandon Morales in the outside temple on the snake side, trying to work his way into the snake.
There's Ryan Moorhead on your screen for Houston Heat. On that D side, as we pan back, you can see the rest of the lineup and the positions here for Houston Heat.
Brandon Morales looking to make a move. Still surveying, but Sam Monville cutting down that snake zone. Not going to let him get in there and cause trouble for him again. We got Thunder up in the A now. Cruising around, looking for a move to make. Comes almost on the other side. Getting sneaky. This is what we wanted to see.
Yeah, but they lose Map Chim, so good field position right now for Thunder past the 50-yard line. Oh, the referees are going to come in, though. I don't know if they're going to give away. They're definitely giving away his position, but they got to check him out, make sure he's not hit. He's clean. So.
Yeah, he gets one. He gets Ryan Moorhead. Ryan Moorhead didn't know he was there. Can't believe that referee ran in on him like that. Ryan Smith, and he's going to get shot walk off. So that Thunder player's down, but still 3 bodies left alive. And now Brandon Morales is alive in the snake. Sam Monville makes a bump out.
Yeah,
looks like he might have gotten a bounce coming into the outside temple.
Yeah, the referee in there checking him out, and he's clean. So
Tim Montresor filling out of the back center, coming towards the snake side with Sam Monville. Mirrored up with Corey Field. Ryan Smith still trying to hold down that Dorito side. Mikey Liu.
Well, Todd, better field position right now for the 3 players on Seattle Thunder. But Sam Monville makes his move in his snake right now, so that's what needed to happen. Good job by Sam Monville, spreading the field out just a little bit. Going to increase the angle of those shots and kind of slow the roll a little bit of Seattle Thunder here. And also, so pretty much mirrored up field positions now. Seattle Thunder had slightly better field position until Sam Monville made that move. You can see there, Seattle Thunder in the snake, in the first notch of the snake, snake 1. And there's Corey Field right behind him. So Brandon Morales and Corey Field here, snake side. There's Corey Field switching his gun back and forth. Oh, wow, that is Mikey Liu just catches one, you know, standing up in that, in Dorito 3 over there and ended up getting caught. So now on the offense is going to be Houston Heat. Ryan Smith, Sam Monville, and Tim Montresor, just 2 bodies left alive for Seattle Thunder. Brandon Morales and Corey Field both on the snake side. That whole Dorito side is open right now for Ryan Smith to push down there.
There you have Sam Monville. Let's see if Corey Field has got any of his heroics in him. Here goes Ryan Smith down the Dorito side. He's on Thunder's side of the field. Brandon Morales, He's buried in the snake. He's going to get shot. Just Corey Field now, and here comes Tim Montresor up the middle.
Well, hey, what do we always say? You got to win the close points, right?
Yeah,
if you want to win
absolutely.
games, you have to win the close points. And but what I like that I'm seeing out of Seattle Thunder is that these are really close points. Thunder came with some good game plans. They're executing. They are making moves, but they're losing a couple of these really close points. And that has been the big difference here. So Houston Heat is now going to go up by 2. The score will be 3-1. Looks like that hang is clean. Solid work again by Ryan Smith. 2 confirmed kills for him. We've seen Ryan Smith alive. We've seen Ryan Smith making moves. Ryan Smith came to play some paintball here in 2015.
Yep, and Houston Heat out here taking on Seattle Thunder in the rain. Getting back in the groove of things. New players, getting their adjustments, getting back together, trying to get all on the same page again.
Yeah, well, I like what I'm seeing though out of Seattle Thunder. They are losing right now, but they look pretty good. They just need to tighten it up a little bit. So still with 6 minutes and 39 seconds to go, only down by 2. We got ourselves a game. We're gonna be right back. Don't go anywhere. So welcome back here. Close game. 3-1's the score, though. Houston Heat's been running away with it a little bit. 6 minutes and 39 seconds to go on the field right now for Heat. Ryan Moorhead, Ryan Smith, who's playing very well. Miska Kiesnev, Thomas Taylor, and Alexander Britnikov. There's Jace Trozen, who's been leading the squad here for Houston Heat since their inception and doing a great job guiding the ship. So you can kind of see that the wheels are starting to turn out here, and I promise you that the other pro teams are out here that are going to be playing coming up, seeing what these guys do on this field, what's possible, what moves exist, what lanes will work. But before we get to this point, got about 1:20. Let's check in with Lauren Kelly.
Hey guys, I'm here in Thunder's pit with Tyler Skidmore. Now you guys got the first point, but Heat has managed to come back and get 3 consecutive points on the board. What trouble are you guys having out there against Heat to get another point here and kind of close that gap?
It's just coming down to these long points. We're shooting a lot of paint. They're moving. We're just not making those key bunkers and holding lanes. So that's what we're going to do this next point.
How can you adjust your strategy to make sure you're taking advantage and dictating the pace? Because these are longer points.
Yeah, I think these are going to run longer points, and we're just going to get to our spots, hold our lanes, shoot a whole bunch of paint, and don't let them move.
All right, we'll see if they can do that. Back to you guys.
Well, we saw a lot of quick points when X Factor played Boom in the first match, and we've definitely seen a couple longer points here as these teams learn in this field. Again, with the change of the rules, the team's not having the luxury of playing the field layout for weeks in advance. They show up, they see the field. Most of the teams got a little bit of scrimmage in yesterday, but not very much time. So, and what that means is, well, you got to do your homework. You got to walk the field, and you got to come up with some solid game plans. And I think that another interesting story, we talked about this in the Real Deal podcast, Todd, is that how much of the coach is going to play a factor this year with trying to figure out what is and what is not working out here. So on the breakout, Thunder on your screen right now, coming towards the snake side, Morales. So good spread over here on the snake side, and there goes Mishka making his move up in the center for Houston Heat. So a pretty standard breakout right here for these two teams. Mirrored up almost exactly, except the back corner bunker is hot for Houston Heat, snake side. Move being made, again, Mishka in that center, trying to get some penetration.
Yeah, Houston Heat took both corners on the break and then filled up the middle quickly. So looking to spread the field pretty wide out here and then attack through all those big bunkers in the middle. Looks like Ryan Smith getting into that 50 Dorito right away. He's got Moorhead behind him. Seattle Thunder creeping again. Oh, and he gets shot right in the face trying to creep through the middle on that Dorito side. Jared Demchek, he was the one that made that move up through the middle last time. Trying to go again, gets shot in the face. So one body down for Seattle Thunder. And looks like another body, Corey Field, getting shot out of the back. Just letting Houston Heat get too much penetration down that Dorito side.
Yeah, Houston Heat, and I think that's Ryan Smith. Is that Ryan Smith again? I think that is Ryan Smith. So Ryan Smith and Ryan Moorhead tag teaming down there on the D side of the field and doing some work. Beautiful job by Houston Heat here to put another point on the board. Much quicker point this time. 5 players alive for them. And Mishka and Ryan Smith leading the pack for Houston Heat. 3 confirmed kills for both of them. It's really great to see Ryan Smith come back to Houston Heat. You know, he started out with this team, came out of that distortion camp, the camp that formed Houston Heat 3 years ago. And earning pretty much a starting spot and doing some work out there.
Yeah, I mean, he went to VCK last year, and I actually thought he played pretty well with them, but VCK folded at the end of the year, and Ryan Smith coming back to his team, Houston Heat. So doing well out here. We'll be right back after these messages.
Featuring wood, speed, or rec ball, Cousins Paintball makes it simple. Cousins Paintball is home to the XPL Lite, UWL, Star Series, SCPA, and PSP. Come to Texas's largest park, Cousins Paintball.
Cousins Paintball. You shoot paintballs.
So here we go. Split screen breakout. Houston Heat on your right. Seattle Thunder on your left. 3 points separates these two teams. 5 minutes and 15 seconds to go. And all the way to the break, or all the way to the snake off the break, is Morales for Seattle Thunder. And he makes it in clean. And looks like a grenade has been thrown over on the Houston Heat side of the field. Looks like 2 bodies coming off right away for them.
Tim Montresor getting a major penalty over here on the snake side, gets Sergey pulled, but Mikey Lou gets shot off the Dorito side, and that's going to open the door for Greg Sewers as he bumps into that mini Dorito. But Brandon Morales got bounced going into the snake. He's going to crawl into the 50 because nobody over there is stopping him. Only 1 body for Houston Heat on the snake side of the field, down in that corner. He's shooting across the field. Brandon Morales needs to realize he's got 1 gun on him in that tall tower in the middle.
Hey, Todd, this is the opportunity that Seattle Thunder needed. They needed something like this to happen, and all of a sudden, they're in a situation where if they can score this point, close this game out here, they're going to pull within 2. Issue is the time. 4 minutes and 14 seconds to go, and every single second that ticks off that clock puts a little bit more of an advantage to Houston Heat.
Yeah, and that's Fedorov over there in the snake side corner. So he's going to be a tough gun to run through. Morales here in the 50 snake, going to need to get something done. He can't just lay there and post up on Fedorov in the corner. There he goes. He makes a turn, comes on the Heat side of the field. Does he have help behind him? He does in the snake side corner.
Yeah, again, the issue is time. Morales doing a really good job. He's past the 50-yard line. There's 4 players left alive for Thunder, but that penalty is slowly but surely ticking off the clock.
Yeah, and Sergey's going to come out of that box. What you don't want to do is, oh, and here comes Morales looking for a body. He actually makes it all the way and gets Fedorov, bunkers Fedorov in the back, does not get picked up, shoots Greg Sewers in the back. It's just one last player. It's Chad Boucher, and he is going to get bunkered out.
Hey, and Scott Knight realizes the situation. Hey, Morales is up there doing work. I need to drop the hammer on this last guy. Grab the flag and sprint it in. It's exactly what just happened. I don't think he got the kill, though. I think Morales was able to get that. So amazing work by Morales to take advantage of the Houston Heat penalty and to help Seattle Thunder pull within 2 with 3 minutes and 5 seconds. It's absolutely possible. And Todd, this is where the field layout's going to come into play here. Lots of bunkers in that center, lots of bunkers on the D side. Snake's a little bit more open, but it's a ladder snake. And, we saw Billy Bernaccia play it. Awesome with X Factor. And same with Carl Markowski. And right now we just saw Brandon Morales step up for Seattle Thunder. So look for aggressive moves up in that center here to start out this next point. They don't really have another option, Todd. I mean, they have to push aggressive. They have 2 points to score in just about 3 minutes to go. We're going to see some action up here. I think it's coming up the center.
Yeah, lucky for them, they were actually able to hang that flag before Sergey came out of the box. So they're actually going to have that gun advantage on the break, starting off 5-on-4. So, I mean, the opportunity's there for them right now. The rain's coming down. They tried to risk it a little bit that last point by going to the snake on the break. Morales ended up making it in, winning the point for him. He did get bounced, so Houston Heat knows it's coming. They know that if Thunder's going to get back in this game, they're going to have to take something. Thunder did well going up the middle. That one time, tried to go there again, but these are those moments.
Well,
3 minutes left.
We haven't seen a team put to the test like this, having to come back short on time. So how much is that center going to play? How much penetration can you get? How far can you get before you start taking those shots? And then also important for the other team, for Heat right now, and the teams watching, is like, okay, this is a situation that we're going to see again in this tournament. We don't know if that's going to be with us. So knowing these guys have to come, they have to push fast, where can we go to most efficiently put the paint back at them?
Yeah, there's Fedorov on your screen. No surprise here. The 4 Russians out on the field for Houston Heat. Here comes the attack of Seattle Thunder. Are they going to go far?
So Seattle Thunder running up in this, run up there. There comes the center. They just send one up there to the 50-yard line. Looks like he is clean. They do lose Matt Chim, though, here on the D side.
And Sergey gets out of the box, but he gets shot in the leg diving in. So
it looks like 3 bodies alive. 4 bodies alive for Heat.
3 bodies alive for Seattle Thunder. But Fedorov gets shot, being a little greedy up over the top of that temple. Here comes Malloy. Going to come bunker out that center player for Seattle Thunder.
Yeah, it takes out Scott Knight. So Scott Knight was up there trying to look for shots from that 50-yard line. Malloy squashes his move. Now Malloy past the 50-yard line.
Tim Montrez are getting shot out for Houston Heat.
Things are still not looking bad, though, for Thunder because, yeah, it looks like they were able to take out Malloy. Malloy lost everyone behind him, so he was up there trying to do damage, but guys dying.
Another low body situation. Seattle Thunder in a 2-on-1 now. Just 1 player left alive. Brandon Morales. Will he be smart and work it out?
Oh, they got to be
Mikey
careful.
Lou.
Yeah, so right now they were smart. Mikey Lou realized the situation. He's a veteran, started spreading the field. Morales is doing the same. And as they spread this field, it's going to make life a lot harder for the last player left alive in that 50-yard line, Dorito. Oh, we got ourselves a one-on-one.
See, just exactly what I expected. Brandon Morales running carelessly out in the wide open. This is where you communicate with your teammate. Mikey Lou looks like he's breaking a bunch of paint. He just can't. Oh, no, sorry, that's just the cold air coming out of his barrel.
Yeah, but Mikey Lou is gunfighting fiercely out of his spot. He knows he doesn't have much time. I mean, he's got to get this kill here in order for Seattle Thunder to have a chance. And I believe that's just Mishka Kiesnev left alive. No surprise there. That guy he's been in this situation many times throughout his long, storied paintball career. One of the best ever to play the game. Mikey Lou, the veteran from the Pacific Northwest here, trying to close it out, and he does it. Mikey Lou steps up to get the shot on Mishka, and Mikey Lou is going to hang that flag with probably around 52 seconds left. So, yeah, 52 seconds left, Todd.
Yeah, Brandon Morales needs to buy Mikey Lou dinner right there. he just left him out hanging over there. Mikey Lou winning that clutch one-on-one, going to give Seattle Thunder a chance.
What a huge one-on-one victory there for Mikey Lou to keep Seattle Thunder in this game. But with under a minute to play, what sort of game plan is Thunder going to bring? We saw Scott Knight run up to the 50-yard line off the break pretty much in that last point and was able to live. So look for that potentially again, but because they really don't have a lot of time, they're going to have to take more ground than that. They can't just send one body up there. They're going to have to fully commit, if not off the break, then at least after that first beat. what that means is essentially that first 15-second burst where everyone's running out to their spots and rolling their guns. Something has to happen after that. You have to have a cascade of moves, one after another, playing off each other in order to try to score a point within 52 seconds, especially when Heat's going to have 5 players left alive, no penalties out there, and they know what's coming.
Well, I feel like, with a ladder snake, it's always, a good move to try and get in there on the break, but you got to know that Houston Heat's going to be expecting that. They tried to gun up for it last time with Tim Montressor. If I'm Seattle Thunder, I'm going to send that guy up the middle because he's a hard guy to shoot, and then I'd make that secondary move that you're talking about down the Dorito side. I feel like that's a good spot for guys to get up on their feet. If you go heavy guns that way, keep your bodies alive on the snake side, I think that might be the move right here for this point.
Yeah, I agree. And then if you're Heat, those 2 big bunkers in the center of the field, the can and the stand-up temple, dead center in the field, you can see there on your screen. Those bunkers, you can get in there and cross it up and try to get those guys that are going to be running down the sidelines. That's one potential play. Another one is to try to get out wide. That's another potential thing that he could do. I don't know. About to find out right now. Here comes Seattle Thunder. Less than a minute to go. They're only down by 1. Can they tie this game up and take it into overtime?
They get one off the Dorito side. Greg Seawers running out wide. Only one body over there. Matt Chim getting shot.
Oh, major penalty on Seattle Thunder. So that might just be that might do it. Still, though, still players left alive.
29 seconds. Brandon Morales in the snake. He's got Fedorov in front of him.
Fedorov just not being put in. He's not going to go in until somebody puts him in. So he's just going to stand over the top of that, load his gun. And then here comes Morales, tries to get the drop on Fedorov. Fedorov ends up taking him out, runs him down, and he's going to Mexican standoff with, looks like, Scott Knight, and that's going to be another penalty on Scott Knight. So the door closes here with just 2 seconds to go. We'll see if Houston Heat can put that last point or put another point on the board. Point spread always comes into play here.
Yeah,
we got four divisions of 4, and you want to be in the top 2 in your division to move on. So right now, good work, though, for both these teams. Seattle Thunder struggling to get back in it, but, Mikey Lou was able to make it as close as it was. But, anytime you see guys trying to push forward and score a quick point, you always got to start watching for those penalty flags, and we saw a pair of them for Seattle Thunder, which ended up sealing the deal for Houston Heat. So that final score will be 4-3, and Houston Heat will take their victory in both Thunder and Heat's first game of the 2015 season. The rain continuing to fall here at Cousins Paintball Park, a little outside of Dallas, Texas. The next game coming at you, San Antonio X Factor is going to be taking on Top Gun. So X Factor already played this morning. They demolished Boom 7-0. Very, very quick game by X Factor as we saw this one go to time. And then, so Heat 3 and Heat 4, Thunder 3. So, but this is going to be Top Gun's first game.
Yeah, kind of excited to see what Top Gun's going to bring.
Yeah, that's another team that is, flirted with being a really good paintball team, man. I mean, they have some talent on that squad. I believe they're being coached by Rich Telford now. So, they're making moves. They're trying to get better. But before we get to that, let's check in with Lauren Kelly.
Hey guys, I am here with Konstantin Fedorov. Congratulations, you guys just won your first match of the weekend. But in the pits, you were looking pretty upset. What was running through your mind at the end of that match?
Because, to be honest, I'm kind of pretty much bumping on the field all the time and I'm looking around. But I mean, if I try to communicate with the guys, it doesn't work because they don't want to hear it. That pissed me off. That made me angry. That's why I just was really. It's not sad. I was really angry on ourselves. That's the main reason. That's why the score was it. That's why some of the game plans doesn't work. So it's just communication. But we'll work better for the next one. We'll be better for sure.
I think we were definitely expecting some faster points, and there were some really slow ones. Were you guys expecting some faster points and getting more kills off the break than you were?
You saw maybe couple really quick points at the beginning, but right after that, they kind of figure out, sit back and start shooting the lanes. And we are kind of like our spots a little bit struggle with that because we try to push and getting shots sloppy. So that's happened, but it's like first day, first game, it's always like that. So, but next game will be better for sure.
All All right, well, he did beat Thunder. Next up, we're going to have X Factor versus Union. X Factor won their first match against Boom. We'll see if they can do it again. Stay tuned.
Mark your calendars and get ready for the battle at the upcoming stops on the 2015 PSP Tour. The Nashville Open goes down May 1st through the 3rd. Mid-Atlantic Open June 18th through the 21st. The Chicago Open takes place August 7th through the 9th. And the biggest paintball tournament on earth, the PSP World Cup, runs October 15th through the 18th. Sign up your team now and get into the fight. Watch all the action on PSPevents.com. You don't want to miss it.